Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Serrano here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing our second tips and tricks video. If you missed the first series of the tips and tricks for the LG Stylo 6, then make sure you stay tuned for this one because you don't want to miss it. But today we're going to be doing another series of tips and tricks because a lot of people did like the first video. Alright, so the first tip and trick for the LG Stylo 6, I'm going to show you how to hide apps. So you can pretty much hide apps. Let's say that you have an app, maybe like Tinder, or maybe even something where you know you don't want somebody to see it or go into it because you have it on your phone. Click these three options here when you get into your app tray. So slide up right here, then click these three dots, click hide apps right here. And once you click that option, you'll be able to check off and uncheck any of the apps that you don't want to see anymore. So for instance, you can check up to as many as you want, and the ones, let's say you don't want someone to know you have an Instagram or a Facebook account, you hit done, and then when you actually go back inside your apps, that app will not show up anymore, so that person will think that you no longer use those apps. Now, as you can see here, I do have several different colors of paper that I was using for notes. A lot of people have asked me, how do you get different papers for notes? So basically you want to open up a new note, click the three dots that's right here, and then select the word paper color. And then once you hit that option, paper color, you can click either one of these options by default, or you can actually select the color that's inside of this spectrum of different colors. So you can actually choose the one of your personal preference. Now I'm going to show you how to get this live wallpaper, but stay tuned for that. Let's jump into the next tip right here, and I'm going to show you right now how to add your own coloring sketch panel. So when you go into the coloring book option, you're going to be greeted with a variety of different options here. So you can click here and you will get a ton of other ones to choose from. Let's say you want to create your own, you can actually click that, and let's say you want to click this nice looking flower, and all you have to do is press OK down below. And what you do is you scale the colors out right here, and then right here you can actually adjust the color right there. So now what it is that you can actually make your own and then hit save if you want to, and you can just start doing your thing. Okay, so this tip is really helpful. Let's say you want to make some notes and you're running out of space. So let's say you want to say, I'm going to the baseball game on Monday. I'm going to, and let's say you just want to fit more in on one line, you could flip the phone this way, and once you move up with your hand, you could say to the base. Actually, it fits more the championship team. I don't know, like obviously that's a run-on sentence, but you could see when you flip it back, it's actually going to be a lot more cleaner than when you were actually writing here, because it's a lot, you're going to have to write really small here. When you write in this way, it actually makes the font get bigger, so then you could just write the normal way, which I think is really cool. Now, another thing that I find really cool about this phone is in the audio department for the 3D surround sound from DTS-X. When you click this option here, I usually put it to the wide option, and when you hit that option, you're going to notice that you have different options to choose from: wide, side to side, and front. And when you have headphones on, you could choose that option, and when you don't have them on, you could still choose that option. So when you're listening to music and stuff like that, you're gonna notice that the sound is gonna be a lot better. The sound will be actually a lot more clear, and you will get a lot more different ranges from the sound that your phone does have to offer. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so another thing that I usually do on this phone to save battery, and this is going to be really helpful for saving battery, is that you would actually turn off Bluetooth when you're not using it. Also, you want to turn on your data saver right here so that you don't get unnecessary messages and data being used in the background. And you can also extend your phone's battery life when you click this option right here, and you can actually maximize the battery when you switch onto this mode, and you will get double what you would get with the extended mode. So if that's like really handy if you have like 5% left and you want to string the battery along. Another thing I usually do is turn off location and NFC mode as well right here, and sync right here. And when you turn all those off, you're going to notice that the battery definitely will be extended dramatically when you turn all of those features off that I just talked about. Now, another thing that a lot of people don't realize who maybe have just picked up the phone, and maybe this is your first smartphone or something, is that when you're in the volume option right here, you could click the top volume rocker, and you're going to see that you can click down right here. From there you can see the rest of your volume settings. So you have ringtone notification, and you want to make sure that this one is on right here, so that when you actually draw with the pen, and I'm going to show you in just a second, that gives you the ability to hear the pen. And what's really cool is that you can switch the sound to a different one. If you don't like the way the pen sounds, if it's too scratchy, you could switch it to a brush and then go back. And it just gives you a ton of different sounds to mess around with. Another thing that I find really helpful is if you want to take a quick note, but let's say you're not, and you don't have the option to actually write with your hands or something like that, go to the keyboard here, and what you're going to do is click this mic option, and then you're going to actually tell the microphone what to you're going to say it right directly into the microphone, and you're going to be able to take direct notes with this voice to note option, which is definitely pretty cool. Found a file right here. It's a PDF file, and you can click right here and you can download the file right there, and it'll download. But one thing that's pretty cool is you can click open with, and right here you're going to see that you can open the PDF file with Quick Notes. So hit that option right here, and it says file will be imported, and you click yes. We have that whole book, the whole entire book is here inside of the Quick Notes. So what does that mean? That means we can actually read books right here from the phone, and since you have the pen here, we're going to be able to take direct notes and stuff like that from the book. So let's say you're reading a specific line and you want to actually highlight that line. Guess what, guys? You're gonna be able to go in and stop off where you left off just by making a few key highlights here. You also do get a highlighter tool right here, which is pretty cool. So if you don't like the color of the highlighter, you can also highlight different things as well. That's actually matching with the background, so I could change that to pink, and you could just highlight a ton of different things in the book, guys. I downloaded this app right here. I'm going to show you Adobe Photoshop. Let's say I want to touch this bottle right here. You're going to click that image, and now we're going to edit this image. I'm going to show you the lasso tool on here. So you get the option right here. Let me just show you. But what's really cool is you have this option called cutout, and I'm going to show you that right now. You can basically highlight right here the whole bottle, and then it just cuts that out, and now you just have the bottle here, which is pretty cool. So you could just hit that check mark, and alright, so it's at this top folder called Adobe Photoshop, and then there you can see I have my bottle right here. So I think that's cool. Since they removed the lasso tool, you could still use other apps like Adobe Photoshop Lightroom to cut out different images and stuff. Okay guys, so I want to show you how I got this live wallpaper on my phone. Let me just show you this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. It just looks really good. So I'm going to show you how to get this on your phone. This just is just mesmerizing, and it doesn't drain my battery at all, really. You see I have my battery saver on just in case, but it's not really affecting it whatsoever. But you would hold your home screen right here, and you would click wallpapers and themes, which is going to be located at the bottom. I don't know if you saw that. Let me do it one more time. It's right here, wallpapers and themes. And then you go right here and you click the wallpapers option to get more, and you're going to scroll all the way down till you see live wallpapers down here, and you're going to click this plus sign right here. I actually went into press that, and you're going to download Live Wall right here, which is actually an app. So when you download that app, you're going to see it here on your phone. It's called Live Wall right here. So that's the one I'm using to get my wallpapers that look like this. So I'm going to show you a few other ones that you can get. Now I did download this one, which kind of looks cool, and it's like an Android right there. So you can see it does have ads in it, but look, this looks really beautiful. That just looks really cool, guys. So I'm going to show you just like two more. We'll probably have to watch the ad, but let me just get out of that first. Okay, so the library is pretty vast. They have like a wide variety of wallpapers to choose from. You can see I just went down the whole list. So there was a wide variety of different live wallpapers to choose from here. So, oh wow, is that who I think it is? Let me see. Let's click that one. Wow, that looks fire. Let me see. Apply. And then let's go back. Yeah, that's fire. So you can see the lightning bolts moving on his wrists right there. That looks bananas. If you're enjoying the video, a sub would be unreal right now, but I'm gonna keep going through some of these tips for you. But this is just incredible. I love this one right here. Now this next tip is pretty much for performance, and from me using this phone after a few months. If you use Facebook, you want to downgrade that to Facebook Lite, and if you use Facebook Messenger, you want to downgrade that as well to Facebook Lite Messenger, because when you do so, the phone will not only give you a lot more memory all the time, but you'll save a lot more storage all the time, and it's actually a lot cleaner experience with the Facebook Messenger Lite compared to like the regular app. So honestly, save a lot of storage and actually see the difference in performance when you download the Facebook Lite and Messenger Lite. Now I want to show you how to share a note, because I think that's something that can be utilized on a daily basis. Let's say you want to type out something to somebody or yourself. You can actually go right here, choose one of your favorite pen tools, and right here you can say to somebody, hey, let me bring that back. You have an appointment at 7 p.m. and then let's just make up a name at Dr. Troll's office. You can put Dr. Troll right there, put his number 555-123-456. You could just put Dr. Troll's number right there, and then when you're ready, actually go right here and you could click the share option. Now you want to share this as and it shows you right here as a screenshot, as a actual PDF file, or as a quick memo file. So a screenshot is obviously the best option because it's going to save it right here, and then it's going to give you the option to put your family member, your friends, and you can actually send this out to your stories, email, wherever you want. But you're going to be able to save that whole note without even typing. I think it's cool that you could actually just pen out a note and then send it to somebody. Now this next tip is really cool. It has to do with the Google Assistant button right here on the left side. If you don't really use that, if you don't know how to use it, play around with it on a daily basis. It's really quick and responsive. All you have to do is, it's like a walkie-talkie. You literally hold this thing. But one of the commands that I found to start my day every day was using this, and I would just say, I'll hold it. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, what can I do for you?
And you can be, good morning, Google.
Good evening, Serrano. It's 7:15 p.m. Currently in the Bronx, it's 77 and cloudy. The forecast tonight is around 74 with a thunderstorm. Have a wonderful day. Let's get started with your news update this evening.
And then so she's gonna read you the news. She's gonna let you know everything like that in the morning or even in the evening. So I think that's really cool. Now this next feature, you could pretty much watch TV with your LG Stylo 6. This feature has been really slept on. It's on the low. It's in your Metro Play option right here. You got the Google feed on the left, but when you get a phone from Metro by T-Mobile, they're gonna give you the Metro Play option. So you don't get that from Cricket. You don't get it from, you know, any other carrier. You only get it from Metro. So if you're watching this from like a Cricket or any other phone like that, they're not gonna give you the free TV option. But because they offer that right here. Right now they're featuring the Swamp People or something like that, but you get a whole list of titles to mess around with. You can see they have some commercials here. So let me just switch the channel. Different TV shows that they're offering. Right now they have something called Dead Rise Endgame, which is an actual movie that they're featuring on here. It's an hour long, a whole movie. So they got like little feature films on here as well. Now another thing that I found really helpful with the pen feature is not only can you create and organize your notes, but you can actually set up whole different pages here. So right here you could choose a new category right here, and you can see that there's a shopping cart. So you could put shopping lists right here. I already have grocery list right there. So you have shopping list, and then you could just save it. Boom. So now I have shopping list, grocery list. Let me see, science project. And right here you could put a textbook. Boom. So you could put your science notes. Let's say you got like a math class or something, you could put math right here. And let's say you just want to you know you're gonna need to study or something like that, so you could just put the book again right here. So you could put one for each, like let's say you're a student or something. When you go into the option right here, you could probably just do a list right here. So now you can actually make a list. Let's say you need some chicken right here. I can't type right now because I'm behind the camera. Chicken and waffles. And then let's say you need eggs, bread, and milk. I spelled bread wrong, I know. Milk. Let's see. Delete bread. So now you could just put that there. So that's your grocery list, and that stays right there under grocery lists. If you actually forget that you have to go shopping, go right here and set a reminder for the time, date, and day right here. So you could set like you gotta go shopping on the 19th. Okay, so what time do you gotta go? Maybe you gotta go at 8 p.m. or something like that right here. Change that to the 8. Boom. And then it'll ring off. The phone will ring off, and it'll give you an alert when you're getting that notification for the shopping list. Now, another tip that I find really helpful is in clocks. So if you go to your clocks inside of your phone right here, let's see, it's going to be located right here. Let's say you're in, maybe you have a loved one. Maybe you live in New York and she lives in Atlanta. Let me see, Atlanta. I think that's the same time zone. But you got one right there, Atlanta. You could put Greece right here. Let's say you know somebody in Greece. Let's say you know somebody in California. And what this does is basically like if you're trying to call somebody, you know what time it is over there. Like wherever they're at, you can actually set the time. Let me see, reset. But it lets you edit the clock and everything like that, so you could delete it. But whatever clock you want to add on here around the world, it's going to be able to let you save the time for that clock. So right now I'm going to show you how to mute media and disable alerts. But it's pretty cool because they added this clever feature on the phone, and it's under extensions, but you could also find it in your app tray called Game Launcher. So this is really cool because it's interesting. Game Launcher mutes media and it disables alerts right here. So that's features always on. You can actually go here and it says add as game right here. So what you want to do is add as game, and you're going to get a list of different apps. So you can actually put messages in here, or Twitter, or Instagram, or Spotify. Anything that you put in there, you can actually disable media and disable alerts when you launch it through the Game Center. So let me just kind of show you what I'm talking about. So you're gonna put messages in here, add it, and then when you go into the Messages app, it's basically gonna just disabling alerts now because you're in that app. And when you're in that app, it's gonna disable anything while you're in that app. So as long as you're in there, it's gonna disable it while you're in there and mute alerts. So if you don't want to be disturbed while you're reading a book or something, you can open up like Amazon Kindle, or if you're listening to music, or even Netflix, if you want to watch a movie undisturbed, you can do so. Now, another cool feature I find helpful is in Gallery. Now go down inside of your options where it says memories right here, and what you're going to go ahead and do is allow access to memories. Now when you do this, you're giving your phone access to, basically it's going to give you up-to-date memories with their locations, and you can create, the more photos you take, the more memories you'll have over time. But over time, the phone will actually create these memories for you to have, and you can see them all there in that folder. Now the last app I would probably recommend installing is Google Messages, because it's going to give you the chat feature right here. If you go inside of, settings, you're going to see that it has the chat feature right here, which is compatible with a lot of phones. You're going to be able to see, read, message receipts, show when the phone is typing, show when other people are typing, and then you'll be able to see when actually the person is receiving the message, when it's read and stuff like that. So I definitely think that that's a cool feature, because not only are you going to be able to see, let's say you text somebody and you want to just know if they read the message, you do have that peace of mind. Well, that about does it for this video. But if you found at least one of the tips in this video helpful in the least bit at all, or just one tip out of the 21 that I did mention, definitely leave a like or subscribe for more videos just like this. But this is part 2 of my tips and tricks, and if you haven't seen the part 1 for tips and tricks for the LG Silo 6, make sure you do so. I'll leave the video, it's probably going to come up right after this, but I'll see you guys later. And in the meantime, make sure you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, later crew. Peace.